Welcome to the last surviving building of the Bryn Mawr Rubber Factory. This is the boiler house, and obviously, as its name suggests, this is where the heating for the big factory actually took place. And we owe Jim Forrester thanks for actually bringing the Bryn Mawr Rubber Factory to this town. He was here back in the 1930s with the Quakers, and Bryn Mawr suffered really badly during the 30s with the Depression. And we had volunteers, groups of volunteers coming here, and it carried out what they called the Bryn Mawr experiment. They opened up the furniture factory, and of course they also built the swimming pool. Now, Jim Forrester, when he left, promised the town that he would give them a factory that they could be proud of. Now, the factory was an absolute wonderful building. It was beautiful, and it was considered so important that architects from around the world came here to visit, to see it, including Frank Lloyd Wright, for example. And as one architect said, the idea of destroying that factory would be like destroying a medieval cathedral. But sadly, it was destroyed, and the only building, or the only part that we have still here, is the boiler house behind me. Now, when the architects created this, they asked if they could bring in rail from the marshalling yards which are behind the factory, so that trucks carrying coal could bring the coal in and drop the coal into the hoppers above the boilers, or above the fire, and of course that would heat up the factory. The factory itself, there was one entrance for everybody. Everybody was equal. The management as well as the workers all entered the same doorway, up the ramp and into the main parts of the factory. They also used the same toilets, the same canteen, and so on. But if you were sacked, you were sent down the ramp. And that became a saying in this area. If you got sacked, you'd been sent down the ramp, never to go back up it. When it was decided to demolish this factory, people were up in arms, and not just in Bryn Mawr and Nantaglo and Blaenau Gwent itself, from around the world. They felt that the building should have been saved and preserved, and it was demolished. The pre-stressed concrete, the domes, which was the main important architectural feature of the Semtex factory, have now gone. But what we have got is the dome on the boiler house. It's perfectly safe, it hasn't deteriorated, and every architect that visits say this is still in good condition. And so it was that the iconic building that was built in Bryn Mawr was demolished, and Bryn Mawr, the highest and probably the windiest town in all of Britain.